And now it's my honor to introduce the Mayor of New York, the Honorable Bill de Blasio.
I want to thank Governor Cuomo for putting this all in perspective. You know, it is so appropriate that the way this institution handled that moment of crisis has been lauded all over this nation. I just want people to take a moment of reflection. There's so much strength, so much professionalism, so much talent in this room. I hope you all realize that what you did in the hours after Sandy was nothing short of a miracle. And we all remember the movie Apollo 13, where failure was not an option. I think that was the attitude, that was the ethic that pervaded NYU Langone that night and those days that followed. You found a way to do something that to many of us laymen looked physically impossible, and yet you did it. So there's a lot to be proud of, and there's a lot to be proud of in what's happened since. I want to thank the governor, because every step along the way, he has provided leadership for this state. He has helped this city. It's not always part of the job description when you're an elected official to be handed the worst natural disaster in the history of the place you govern. It's not something you can specifically anticipate. But Governor Cuomo took the challenge on head on. And this is a moment of rebirth for NYU Langone, but it symbolizes an ongoing effort to bring back this city and state stronger than ever, and we owe a lot of thanks to our governor for that. Thank you, Governor Cuomo. And by the way, Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney is with us, and fighting for fairness for New York City is an everyday job in Washington, so let's thank her for standing up for New York. Thank you to all the other elected officials who are here joining with us in this rebuilding effort. And the team at NYU Langone, so many amazing professionals. I want to thank Dean Grossman. I want to thank Martin Lipton, everyone who has helped to bring us to this day. I want to thank you also. I have a special thank you, a special obligation, because NYU Langone is known for attracting the finest talent. And I think many of us are cognizant of that reality, so we watch carefully. So I owe a little bit of a thank you or an apology for recognizing that you had a tremendous talent in Tony Shorus. And I absconded with that talent and made him first deputy mayor of New York City. So thank you for warming him up for me. I assure you, your loss is entirely the city's gain and will be a gain for all of us. Everyone who has made this facility one of such extraordinary quality, one that has a worldwide reputation for a good reason. It's a tribute to all of you. It's a tribute to the namesake. Ken Langone has done so much for this city. He's done so much to make this institution one of the greatest in the world. He didn't have to, but he did it, and that has been to the goodness for all of us in New York City, and you can't say thank you enough times, so thank you, Ken Langone. Now, the quality of this place being legendary, give credit where credit is due. Dean Grossman, you brought this institution through that disaster. You continue to make it one of the great institutions of the world, one of both the premier medical schools in this nation, one of the finest hospitals in this nation that is recognized widely. And I really appreciate Dean Grossman's story, because he didn't start with a lot in Mount Vernon, but he has literally reached the highest heights of his profession and has helped to lead one of the great institutions in the nation of Earth. Let's thank him for his leadership. I think also Dr. Goldfrank would agree. You are as great as you are because you've brought together some of the finest physicians on the earth. You have an emergency department that is renowned for what it has done already, but now will have the finest possible facility. It also has a wonderful name now, the Ronald O. Perlman Center for Emergency Services. And Ron is someone I've known over the years, the amazing things he's done for this city. It's not surprising he will keep doing more. This is one that's going to help so many people. It's one where we needed an angel to come forward and help in this rebuilding. And Ron did that for this city. And I have to tell you, Ron, I'm so appreciative that we had a little subcommittee meeting. Governor Cuomo, Chair Langone, and I, we've decided to name you an honorary Italian to thank you. It's the highest honor we give. So, you agree it is the highest honor. It doesn't get better than that. That's right. So just a profound thank you to everyone. It is an example of a type of New York City exceptionalism, if I may be so grand, because it was never a question whether we get through that tough night, those tough days. It was never a question whether we would come back stronger. It took sacrifice, it took generosity, it took vision. But this is another one of those moments when we can say to the world, this is really what we're made of, and we prove it time and time again. So a profound thank you to all of you who have brought us to this day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor de Blasio. And thank you, Tony, for being such a good tutor.